Hey guys, and how about we have another Q&A section? Really quick though, stay with me, I want to say a few things. First, I have a Facebook page now, so if you want to support me, and more importantly perhaps, if you want to see quick updates, please go to this link and like it. That's facebook.com/RizGrestar. But yes, again, I mostly plan on using that for small updates, things that I wouldn't want to make a whole video out of, things like this, you know, like, hey, I have this account, you know, so if you could like it, that would be very much appreciated, and I think it would benefit both of us. I also have a Skype account. If you search full name Grestar, you should find 3 results right now, that's what it currently is. Look for the one with my face that says YouTube people here. You can add that one. Now and then I get online, and if I'm online, I'd be happy to chat. I also have a Twitter, which will be in the description, but I don't use Twitter much because I don't have a smartphone yet, so it's not wholly convenient. But maybe someday. And if you just want to add more people to your Twitter, why not? Another thing, I know my last Q&A went on pretty long, it was like 45-ish minutes I think, so I'm going to also make a speed Q&A. If you want to see that, you can click right here, it'll take you to it. It's every question that I'm going to answer here, but the answers are going to be like very short, yes, no, or with minimal context. If you want to know more about me, keep watching this one. It's longer, but it should be more worthwhile. So now let's get straight onto the questions. So let's see, question number 1 is worst childhood memory. Wow, let's start off dark here. I don't know what my worst childhood memory is necessarily, but I do know that when I was 12, my parents got divorced. So it's not so much a bad memory as part of my life now. So, you know, if your parents have gotten divorced or are getting divorced or whatever, I totally understand how you feel. Next question, we have, who is your favorite superhero? This is perfect because just today I got back from seeing The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and it was awesome. I didn't cry 4 times. But no, I think it's so good. Like, I liked the other 3 Spider-Man movies too before The Amazing Spider-Man, but I think Andrew Garfield does such a good job, and I think that the writing is really good for the character they're trying to portray. Spider-Man, right? Peter Parker. So, right now, Spider-Man is my favorite. That could always change with the next superhero movie I watch, but for now, Spider-Man. Next one, will you ever make your own website where we can vote on your next Let's Plays, etc.? I don't think so, because I've never run a website before, and I imagine it costs money, which I don't have. But that could be another good thing with Facebook, because you can make polls, right? So I can easily have that for voting. So if you want to be involved in voting, if you want to get the best, well, wait. I guess if you want to be updated, you know, among the soonest of people, yeah, you should like my Facebook page. Again, that's facebook.com/RizGrestar. If you don't know how to spell it, you're on my channel. Next question, most embarrassing moment. This one I can't wholly answer because it's either kind of disgusting, in the sense of like, you know, having an accident when I was really young and it's just totally gross, or it's not really appropriate, so I'm going to more or less skip over that one. Just know that I've done plenty of embarrassing things. Next question, will you ever stop making Let's Watch, Let's Play, or just videos in general? Yes, someday I will, just as someday I will die. I have no plans to stop making them, but of course anything's possible. I'm really enjoying doing this kind of thing, and I like to think that you guys are too, so I don't want to stop, but you know, you never know. Of course, someday I will stop because I'll have to, but I hope to keep going strong for a good while, so don't worry. Next one. Have you seen the Monty Python movies? Which is your favorite? Well, I only know of 2 movies, one being Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and one being, I forget what it's called, but I haven't seen the one that I don't remember the title of. So Holy Grail's my favorite, and I do think it's hilarious. I also watched Monty Python's like little sketches, like you know, Monty Python and the Flying Circus. It's so funny. They're really funny. Can be really crude too, so if you're not used to that humor, you might not want to just look it up, depending on your age or taste. But yeah, I think they're really funny. Would you watch Tome for a Let's Watch? I assume it's Tome. It's like all caps T-O-M-E. It's possible. I haven't branched out yet in my Let's Watches. I'm still only Let's Watching Death Battle. I may react to other things in the future, but it's kind of difficult. If they're like actual TV shows or cartoons, which I think another question asks about later on, then I would have to deal with all these copyright issues, and that could be really messy, and I can't risk losing my channel, so I have to stay away from those, I think. As for fan-made things, or just, you know, if it's not fan-made, if it's someone's original creation, I have to ask permission, and it can be a lot of work, and a lot of people would just say no, so no promises. Is there any game you would want to be real? There are several games that I could imagine really liking being real, but I'm going to go with Pokemon, because in other games, even if they might be awesome, it's only particular characters in those games who are awesome. Whereas in Pokemon, I think that anyone can be awesome, you know? It just depends, like, you don't even have to be a trainer, you can just have a Pokemon as your best friend, or, you know, I guess a pet, if you want to think of it like that. But I think Pokemon would be really cool. Next one we have, what is your opinion on Twilight becoming a princess? This is My Little Pony related, by the way. On Equestria Girls, on Season 4 overall. Twilight becoming a princess, I was perfectly fine with it. I totally thought that that was going to happen. However, I did think that it was going to happen later in the season, even though the season was like half as long as the other season, so that kind of, you know, doesn't work out. I liked the episode where it happened, but I also thought that it was rushed. I would have liked to see, well, first a better reason for her becoming a princess, because the reason they have is kind of bullcrap. Moving on, Equestria Girls, I loved it. I had reservations going into it, but I've watched it like over 10 times since then, partly because I was going to do a review on it, and I actually did, and I uploaded it to YouTube, but then it had copyright, so I had to take it down, so like 5 people got to see it. On Season 4 overall, I like to watch my episodes in order. I missed episode 13 when it came out, and I haven't really been able to find it. I haven't looked too hard, and someone just linked it to me today. But that means that I've only seen half of Season 4. I enjoyed it, especially the episode with Weird Al. But yeah, I plan to watch it. Don't worry, I plan to watch it. I just haven't yet. Next one, could you react to MLP videos? Again, I could, but I'm not sure how that would work out, because if they were the actual episodes, then I might have to deal with copyright issues, and I really don't want to do that. If it's fan-made stuff, then I'd have to ask for permission. People could always say no. They could ask too much of me, and I'm not sure how I would react to it. Death Battle, I have a system. I have a for sure system, and you guys have probably all picked up on that. You know, the post-prediction, the pre-prediction, the post-analysis prediction, and then the conclusion bit. Like, that's how it works. So I'm not sure what I could really add to these other videos. Would you ever consider having Pokemon battles with your subscribers? Yes, I do have Pokemon Y. Oh, that yes was kind of misleading. I have Pokemon Y, you know, 3DS, but I'm not a competitive battler. I suck terribly at battling, and I don't really try to be good, and so, you know, I create a team that I like. Like, I have a team of just dogs, you know, and they're my favorite team that I've ever created, just because I got them actually from a roleplay that I was in, and I love them. It's so cool. They're not the best team, obviously, because they're like 2 fire types and then whatever, but I like them. So no, I don't think that I would do competitive battling with my subscribers, because I would just lose. There were some battles where you did not like the characters for certain reasons, like Ivy versus Orchid. Will you be watching those? I will be watching those. I was not trying to discriminate. I'm just trying to be cautious for my, you know, the viewers, because I know some people are more sensitive than others, and some people are younger than others, and some people shouldn't be seeing a nearly naked woman. That's just how I think. So yeah, I'm going to watch these. I may include a warning at the beginning of those videos, like I do for my creepypasta videos, so that if people do not want to see that kind of content, they can click off. For those who don't care, they can continue to watch. So yes, I do plan on watching them. Next we have, why do I always keep watching your videos? That is a very good question, but that's really more meant for your Q&A, not mine. Also, in case you're seeing these questions on the backs of my cards, I'm reusing the cards because recycling. Are you into any sports? No. I mean, I like Ultimate Frisbee, but people don't really consider that a sport a lot of the time, but it's a lot of fun to play. I used to play it all the time with my friends during lunch in high school. So yeah, Ultimate Frisbee's cool. How do you have the confidence to make videos? I want to make videos, but I have stage fright and fear of cameras. Well, you kind of just have to do it, you know? I mean, I totally understand that. I'm not the most outgoing person either. And, you know, you can get a lot of negative responses too, but you just have to think, one thing that I always think of is, if you're ashamed of something, maybe there's a reason for it. And so you have to think about it. Is there a reason that I should be, you know, nervous about this? Is there a reason I should be ashamed of it, that, you know, people shouldn't want to see this? And if there's no reason, then you just own it, you know? Like me with My Little Pony, you know, a lot of people get ridiculed for it, and a lot of people are humiliated by the fact that they like it, but I'm cool with it, because to me, there's nothing wrong with it. I should not be ashamed of it because there's no reason to be ashamed of it. If people try to tell you there's a reason, you can think about that, but don't let that own your life, you know? So if you do want to make videos and you're worried about confidence, if you're worried about stage fright and cameras and whatever, just experiment a little, you know? Take baby steps, just get started. And don't be afraid, you know? It's always good to be respectful, to be courteous to other people, and just try to have fun with it too. Like, don't make it something where if you fail, you're just gonna feel miserable, you know? If things don't go the right way, that just happens sometimes. So, you know, I'll leave it with that, yeah. Don't be ashamed if there's no reason to be ashamed, and own it. Next one. What is the best game you've played? The worst? Oh, this is going to be hard. Instead of the best game I've played, I'm just gonna say one of my favorite games that I've actually played on my channel. And it was a while ago, so when I had poor quality, I didn't use a webcam. I didn't have this awesome Blue Yeti microphone, which is what I used to record my audio, by the way. I actually used a crappy webcam as my audio, without any picture. But I played Offspring Fling. It was such a fun game. I loved it. It was so cute, you know? It was one of those puzzle kind of games. And yeah, I actually have a couple extra copies of the game, I believe somewhere in my email from Humble Bundles way back when. So I might at some point on my Facebook page, because it's easier for that kind of thing, have a bit of a giveaway. I'm not sure yet. Don't pressure me. I'll figure something out. If you want to learn about it, I swear I'm not trying to push my Facebook page that much, but it's just the easiest place. So go there. Yeah, keep an eye out. And if you want to check the Offspring Fling videos that I did make, just go to my videos, my playlist. You'll find a whole Offspring Fling playlist. I think it had 13 videos, but it was a good game. I liked it. Next question. If you could create a death battle, who would it be between and why? I answered this in my last Q&A actually, and I don't have two people that I want to see fight. I mostly just want to see Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I thought that she was pretty boss. In the last one, I actually said Toph versus Gaara, because if I had to pick someone, I could see that. And I actually drew a picture of Toph versus Gaara before. I'm not a great artist, but if you want to see it, boop, it's right there. So yeah, Toph versus Gaara, I thought that would be cool. I totally think I know who would win between the two, but yeah, I'd like to see Toph because I'd like to see their analysis. She's a cool character, and I'd like to see what they think. Next, have you ever seen Generator Rex? No, I have not, but it sounds like a dinosaur. Next, most mind-blowing experience. I'll give my most recent mind-blowing experience because I've brought it up to myself a few times recently. So I was born in Texas, and my whole life I thought that I was born there, lived there for 2 years, and then we moved away. But it turns out, and I learned this just this last year, that I was born in Texas, lived there 2 months, and then we moved away. And so it really doesn't make a difference because, you know, 2 years old, 2 months old, I really couldn't remember anything more, but it just seems that big to me, or it's like, whoa, my life is a lie, you know? So yeah, what's your favorite franchise? That one's difficult. I want to say My Little Pony because it's fantastic, but I also want to stick to kind of video game franchises because honestly, with the term franchise, this might sound stupid, but that's what I'm more familiar with, video games. Star Fox is amazing. I love Star Fox, been a Star Fox fan for a long time. Legend of Zelda, though, is probably what I would have to say for my favorite, just because it's one of those that I consider legendary. That might sound weird, but when I think of Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, I think, wow, those games are legendary. And it's not just because of the title, it's like, I don't know, it just had a certain impact on me when I played, that I'm like, this is what a video game is, you know? It was different from others that I had played, and it was really good, and I loved it. So, yeah. Next one. Oh, I got 2. We'll do this one. What was your favorite death battle? Why? Oh, this is hard. There are so many good death battles. And I really don't think that I can pick again, so I'll just go over a few. Pokemon Battle Royale. I loved the animation for that one. It was really gruesome, but that's how I think it would be if you were actually having wild Pokemon fight realistically, you know? That's more what it would be like. I also loved it because they really took into account all of the, you know, the math of it, you know? It isn't just rock, paper, scissors. There's so many more factors. There are the base stats, there are their natures, you know, as Pokemon. Each, you know, Pokemon has a different kind of instinct. And so I'm really glad that they included all of that. And it was good. It was good. Others I really like just to go from what we did just yesterday on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, it was really cool because I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, I grew up on them a little bit, you know, I really enjoyed them when I was young. And it was cool to see them fight, like, it was cool to learn more about them, their weapons, and just to kind of relive those childhood memories. I think that's a big part of these death battles. For the characters that I do know, it's kind of reliving these things, it's re-experiencing them in a new, more full way, and then seeing them fight to the death. I still absolutely love the ending of Goku vs. Superman, because I never watched Dragon Ball Z, so I never cared for Goku. And I never really cared for Superman because it bothered me that he was supposedly invincible, yet how is there a show about an invincible person who's always struggling if he's invincible, you know what I mean? But then at the end, how they said, you know, Superman is more about, like, his immigration status, how he's trying to kind of discover himself and deal with that. And then Goku about how he's always trying to break those limits, you know, it meant a lot to me. Honestly, I don't want them to change the ending. I can admit after reading a bunch of comments that they might have gotten the math for Goku wrong, because it makes sense if you take measurements from early on in an anime, things happen so fast, and they could be huge things, like, oh, this is the toughest guy, you beat him, well, now he's the toughest guy, and he's up here, you know, so I could totally agree that they got the math wrong, but I still think the Superman would win. I'm still totally satisfied with the ending. It was a little bit mind-blowing for me, and I really appreciated it. I could keep going with other death battles, but I'm just gonna move on. Oh, really quick though, I want to say, Goomba versus Koopa, I don't think that Koopa wins because he became a dry bones, because I don't think that a dry bones could survive in lava. There we go. Next one. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I do not. I am single. Do you not curse for religious reasons? Do you swear at all off camera, or do you always keep it clean? No, I don't curse for religious reasons. I'm not religious. I was raised in a religion, but I'm not anymore. I'm agnostic now. Do I swear at all off camera, or do you always keep it clean? I keep it clean when I'm with any company. If anyone can hear me, even if they're a stranger, I don't swear. If I'm absolutely by myself, then I will swear. So if I'm driving in the car and a song comes on and, you know, it swears and stuff, yeah, I'll sing along, I'll swear with it. But I just think that there's too much unnecessary cursing in the world. I think that swearing has its place, but I think that people really abuse it. And so no, I don't want to spread that. You know, if people are around, even if they're encouraging me to swear, because people have done that, of course, you know, if they encourage me to swear still, I won't do it because there's no point. I'd rather not add to the problem, you know? Next. When and how did you become a brony? I think I answered this last time too. It was, oh gosh, I can't remember the year. Okay, I remember the year. It was 2012, because like just barely 2012, because yeah, Christmas came around. I got a G-Pad, which is basically a no-brand iPad. You know, it's like a Google Pad kind of thing or whatever. And so I had a computer limit at the time. One time I was at my dad's house for Thanksgiving. A friend was talking to me on Steam. He said, like, hey, have you seen this show? You should watch it. And he links me to the first episode. I was going to, but then I decided I might as well just go to sleep because it was really late. Christmas came around, so I got the G-Pad. I had my computer limit, so I couldn't stay on YouTube for too long, or the computer at all. I watched what I had on there, and then I went up to my room. I didn't have anything to do. I pulled out my G-Pad. I went onto YouTube there. I'm like, well, I might as well watch this after I watched like all Dragon Ball Z Abridged that was out at the time. And I really loved ponies, you know, it was great. I watched, you know, a few episodes that night, 4 or 5 or so. Then the next day I watched more, and I ended up watching them with my little brothers, and yeah, I've been a brony ever since. I tried to answer that one quickly because, again, I've already answered it before. Sorry if it was confusing or just a jumbled mess, but you can at least, you know, kind of like, haha, he sounded weird or something. Do you prefer summer or winter Olympics, and why? Well, if I'm to be perfectly honest, I really don't watch the Olympics at all. Like, I've just never gone into it. I'm not into sports, and so seeing, like, these major sports, it doesn't really appeal to me all that much. Though if I have to pick, I would say Summer Olympics because I like the track. I like running. That's cool. This one. How far will you play into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Will you do bonus videos for it? I plan to play just as far as the main storyline goes. I may do bonus videos after it. I'm not against it. I'm really enjoying the game so far, but I do want to move on to try new things when I can, just because not everyone likes the same kind of videos, and, you know, even I like to try new things personally. So, yeah, I don't know how far I'll play. Will I do bonus videos? I might do bonus dungeons and all that, but for now, my goal is just to beat the game. Next one we have, do you have a 3DS? What games are you interested in? And do you have Pokemon X or Y? I do have a 3DS, I'm mostly interested in Pokemon games, and I have Y version. Next we have, can you do a Let's Watch of anime, TV show, cartoon series? See, I knew it was in here. That comes down to copyright issues, where I really just wouldn't want to have to deal with that. And I'm not sure what I could really add to it. Like, I would be perfectly fine if we could have a live stream somewhere where it was actually saved and it was like, hey, let's watch an episode of this, or let's watch this movie real quick. But yeah, copyright issues, I don't want to lose my channel. Like, it's really important to me, so for now I'm gonna say no. But you never know. Next one, are you going to play the sequel to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? It's possible, but just like the same thing with Batman, how I might play the sequels to those, I don't plan on doing it at least immediately after I beat the first one. I'd rather play something new, have something fresh, and, you know, keep things interesting. So no promises, but I might and I might not. Will you try to play some MOBAs? I forget what that stands for, but when I got the question, I looked it up, and I know that's things like Dota, and no. Because I'm terrible at those. I'm so terrible at those. I've tried them, I have, and I'm just awful, and it's not fun for me. I like being okay at things. It's like with Mortal Kombat. I actually tried playing Mortal Kombat, and I'm just not good at those fighting games. I thought I was okay at Soul Calibur for a while, but then my stepdad played me, and I learned that I was awful. And I actually haven't played since that match, so yeah, no, probably not. How old are you? I did answer this last time as well. I'm 19. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, do so on June 16th. What gave you the idea to do a Let's Watch? Well, my little brother told me that they were having a death battle of Fox McCloud, whom I love, versus Bucky, whom I did not know. And he just said, hey, you should watch it for your channel. And so I said, okay, so I did. So really, it was my younger brother. You can all thank him. Have you thought about doing a Final Fantasy VII Let's Play? I have, and if you watch some of my older update videos, I actually included it in the little voting list, so people could vote on that if they wanted that to be my next Let's Play. However, it did not win the majority vote, so I haven't yet. It's still possible for the future though, so if you want to see it, well now, you know, keep track of my Facebook page, and I could possibly play it in the future. Will you ever play Super Smash Flash? It's possible. I don't see why not. You know, it's a fun little game, I think. Which death battle has been the most brutal so far? There have been a few with brutal endings, like, you know, Blanca versus Pikachu, Batman versus Spider-Man, and I'm not sure the order of the titles, but you know the characters I mean. But I think the most brutal overall has got to be the Pokemon Battle Royale, because that was brutal throughout. First, you know, Venusaur's flowers cut off, and then burning in fire, and then Charizard's wings. It was brutal. So I think that one has to win. Would you play Minecraft with viewers? I won't count it out for sure, but I'm a terribly boring multiplayer Minecraft player. Like, I mine, I make little tree houses for myself, and I really have to play Minecraft with a goal in mind. Like, I actually did play Minecraft again. If you check my playlist, you can see a whole playlist of Minecraft. Honestly, if you want to watch it, I would skip like the first 10 videos or so, because it was really amateurish, and I missed the Minecraft music. Like, even if you turn the music all the way up, they don't play music all the time, which I don't know why, but it got boring for me without music, and so I played my own music while playing Minecraft, and I included that in the videos, and it was terrible. But after a while, I think I got better. I tried to cut out a lot of the boring parts, kept to mostly where I'm talking and whatnot, what I thought was interesting, and I had the goal in mind to defeat the Ender Dragon, or at least to fight him, reach him and fight him. So, you know, you can see if I did or not by watching the playlist. You don't have to, of course, but if you want to see me play Minecraft, that's it. Again, will I play Minecraft with viewers? Won't count it out for sure, but I don't want to say so because, honestly, I'm not sure you guys would enjoy it. I'm a boring person when it comes to Minecraft. Do some girls think you're cute? I certainly hope so. Do you support the Flash Sentry x Twilight Sparkle shipping, also known as Flashlight? I support it within the canon world of Equestria Girls. In just My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? No, I do not think that should be canon. How much did your awesome hat cost? What, do you mean this hat? Now that you got my hair all messed up, I don't know how much it actually costs. I got it at a thrift store, so yay, $1. Have you heard of the anime Attack on Titan, and will you watch it? I have heard of the anime Attack on Titan. In fact, I have a few friends who are really into that show. Will I watch it? Maybe sometime personally. I've answered this a lot as far as like, will you watch cartoon shows? But copyright issues. For Let's Watch, it's a big thing, so probably not. Why are you such an awesome and happy guy? First off, thank you for that question. That's a nice question. My best answer is I have a lot to be grateful for. So, you know, why not? What is your favorite TF2 class? I switch around between which I play the most, but I would have to say my favorite is the Spy. I think he's the coolest character, and usually I always jump back to him being my best. So I'm gonna go with the Spy. What is the creepiest game you have ever played? I don't know ever, but I will say on my channel, the creepiest game I've ever played has got to be Sonic.exe. Out of all the creepypastas I've played so far, and out of Bioshock, because I think that game was pretty creepy, at least in the beginning, I think Sonic.exe has to win. Though, if we're just looking at particular scenes, now that I think about it, there were some early Bioshock bits that were really creepy, and when I first tried to play that when I was younger, years ago, because I did try to play it first, but I didn't get very far at all, I had to quit, because it was too creepy. I was too scared when I was young. But yeah, Sonic.exe. The look was because I felt I was starting to ramble. Alright. What is your real job? My real job is being a full-time student, which means currently I'm unemployed, but I'm also not looking for work. I will say too, just because it kind of fits here, I'm not currently getting paid for doing anything on YouTube. This is all just a hobby. Lastly, what do you like more about death battles? Learning new things about characters you know and love, or being introduced to cool new characters? I'll say that both of those things are really nice about death battle, and they're things that I really love. First off, this is geared toward analysis being my favorite, so good job, you who asked the question. Yeah, because the analyses are my favorite part. Learning new things about the characters I know and love is really cool. Like I said, with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Fox McCloud, it's nice seeing a beloved childhood character again, kind of like re-seeing them too, you know, learning more about them, learning more how awesome they are, and then seeing them fight. Even if they lose, it's awesome. Like Luigi, I loved seeing him. It was fantastic. I loved learning about him and just seeing him fight. You know, he was such a good guy. So, yeah, I love it both. Being introduced to new characters. I've been introduced to a lot of characters I didn't know. And from the list I've seen, there are a lot more that I don't know. Most of them, in fact. So, if that bothers you, I'm sorry. But, yeah. I don't know, they're both really good. They're both really good, and I love Death Battle for it. It's fantastic. Alright guys, so that was my Q&A. We answered this many questions. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoy these. I think that they're fun. I'm glad that you guys are interested enough to ask questions about me or my preferences or whatever. So, you know, I'm happy to give answers when I can. Yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you will like Facebook because it would be helpful for both of us. And again, I also have Skype and Twitter. But yeah, those don't see much use just because I'm so busy or I don't have a smartphone, so I'm kind of away from the computer a lot of times, and yeah. But all the same, feel free to like, comment, and if you're new, even subscribe. It means a lot, it really helps me out, and I would love to have you guys, each and every one. So, tune in next time for my next video, and until then, take care.